So the good news is you've got a high domain rating of 28, which puts you in basically the top 10% of local sites. And when people search on concrete coatings or epoxy anywhere in Sioux Falls, you're number one, mostly.
Wow.
That's fantastic. Hey, Mr. Greg, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. We've got Zane here. He's also learning digital marketing. We bring a lot of young adults on for ride-alongs just to see.
Oh, awesome. I was trying to get my video to work, but
We see you fine. You have more hair
you see
than
me. Okay. All right, good. I just don't see myself, which is fine.
I hide the self view. I don't like to look at myself, but this post-COVID Zoom, whatever environment.
Where are you located now?
I'm in Vegas today, but I've got places in Gilbert and LA.
Okay, that's right. Well, I'm in Bradenton, Florida, but my main business is based out of South Dakota, so I just literally landed like half hour ago and ran home to try to get on this call. So
you have that nice Bradenton tan.
Yeah,
you don't see that in Sioux Falls.
Well, you know what? We actually have a really good summer here. It's been really hot. So
okay.
I've been here all summer. I just went down because my kid's in school down there. So we're kind of like more out in Florida the rest of the year until just up here for the summer.
For IMG?
No, he actually goes to another private school. It's smaller Christian school called Inspiration Academy, but we only live like 10 minutes from IMG.
Okay, cool. Yeah. My coach, when I ran D1 cross country and track and field, now runs their running program at IMG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a place there. They just got bought out by the Chinese. Did you see that?
Yeah. The Chinese and Arabs are buying everything. Learn to speak Chinese, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you ready to take a look at some data?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, good. You're still smiling. So that's good. So I have no bone to pick or agenda. I'm just a data kind of guy, and I like to see things for what it is. So
Greg Beebe kind of had mentioned, we talked last week, and he goes, yeah, I talked to Dennis, and I don't know if you remember, we met out in Vegas.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I was at Ryan's conference there, and I went golfing that one night, but I didn't chat with you a whole lot. But Greg and I have been we met out there and keeping in touch. So he kind of told me I appreciate that.
I like Greg.
Yeah.
Greg is
we talk about every couple of weeks about things because we're in similar markets and stuff. So.
Yeah. Cool. So I ran a couple scans. I'll run you through them. And if I get geeky or say things that are not English, just stop me. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be like the conference in Vegas where I had half an hour to try to cover like 3 hours worth of stuff. But
that was intense. I took a video and tried to get that up. All
right. So are you a glasses half full or glasses half empty kind of guy?
Oh, half full.
Okay, good. I can't find your location in Bradenton. I don't see all these other pieces there. Maybe you just started it.
That's pretty new down there. Yeah.
Okay. But just these scans, this one is looking for concrete floors. And then if we look at epoxy, we've done this for a ton of concrete coating companies, as you can imagine. So let's look at epoxy and you'll see that this is doing pretty well. Share of local voice is high. I don't know why it's not loading. Here it is. Yeah. So you typically want to see green everywhere, and you're not in a competitive market. So if it was Minneapolis or Chicago, then we'd have to focus in on specific neighborhoods. And I've been to Sioux Falls a couple of times. I was the big keynote speaker for their digital marketing conference 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure. I even hear the accent in your voice a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, I've been gone. I actually lived in Scottsdale 8 years. I lived in Hawaii and Florida. So I've lived other places. Yeah.
Nice. Warm places. I see a pattern in these places you've been.
Yeah. I don't like the cold weather.
Your SEO comes from doing a great job, and an agency can't take credit for that. So we ran our little scan report. This is called what we call a snapshot report. And it's like a report card. It's graded from A to F, and these grades are not subjective. They're based on percentiles, just like when you grade on a curve. And the way we look at things is, first off, are your listings solid, where you have the name, address, and phone everywhere? And this sounds ridiculous, but if your name, address, and phone are not exactly the same everywhere, then the directories and these third-party data providers and whatnot are going to get confused. And then that ends up hurting us in Google or other kinds of searches.
Right.
And,
I have heard that before.
Google came from the yellow pages. They basically took money from the yellow pages. That's why Google makes their money, right? So when you look at these ones, MapQuest, who was my buddy Tim when it was part of AOL, or X or Super Pages. These are all basically yellow pages, local pages. These are yellow page sorts of directories, and sometimes the information's slightly different or it's missing. And you'll see that, and this is based on strict coding. So sometimes there's SD, sometimes it is Avenue AVE, like it has to be the same. And you can standardize USPS coding, right? Pretty standard.
Okay.
So this is easy. You just
I'm surprised they don't show up on Facebook as a business name and address.
Well, because your name, address, and phone don't match enough for the system to detect it. So it's literally that simple. So you can just manually fix it with the VA. And so what we like to do is have a VA come in and just manually claim all these top ones. And then you pay $10 a month to Yext or White Spark, or people argue about which one is better. Or they're all the same thing. You just pay $10 a month for a premium listing provider that automatically updates this thing every few days. That way you don't have to keep the data needs to there's this layer, like when you buy something at Best Buy and there's a warranty, or you sign up at the DMV or whatever, renew your driver's license, like all that data is being sold into this third-party layer. So we just need to update that layer, which then impacts these other pieces. So this is super straightforward.
This will affect your SEO.
It will, and some people will call this listings or citations.
Citations, yes, I heard that.
There's a whole thing around that. But the main point is that if you're doing local, because you are a local business, this is just like if your listings aren't here, then everything else kind of cascades from this. So this is just a no-brainer, very simple thing to do.
Yeah.
Just like we can pay the $10 a month to Yext, you can, the agency, whoever, like this. These are like basic things, okay? Like this is not even up for argument.
Right.
If the listings, think of it as kind of like your foundation. If that's there, then there's content that can then tie to those listings. Your listings are like, this is who you are, right?
Yeah.
This is all around services. And then here's all the entities that are associated with all around services, like the review. Here's like the meat on the bone, or like the reviews, for example, right?
Yeah.
So you have a good number of reviews because there's not a lot of competition in Sioux Falls, and the concrete coating companies don't do very much. So this is like winning third place in the beauty contest, right? with 4 participants. And so you have more than the industry average, which is not enough. That's like, I don't consider, I mean, the glass is half full is, look, you're beating the average for concrete coating.
Yeah.
But
so what's your goal for reviews? 100?
Whenever people ask, I say as many as possible. I mean, there's no limit. I'd love to have 100, but more important is the recency. So Greg, a lot of people will say, well, I have more reviews than all the other guys. Yeah, but how many have you had in the last 6 months? And how many you've had in the last 6 months counts more than the total number of reviews. So you've not had very many. And we need to get more review sources, not just, Google and Facebook and Yelp and other places, which ties back to having your footprint across all these other listings, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm always pushing for reviews. It just seems like I don't know.
You send your crews out there to do that on the spot, because that way they're able to
No, I have. I've been giving them bonuses for it. I just got a good one.
Okay.
I just got one a couple of days ago.
All right. Well, great. I mean,
maybe it didn't show up on Google, but I think, I use House Call Pro, and I think House Call Pro asks for a review.
Okay. Let's see. Why is it? Because it's this dude's face. Is that you? This is not you, is it?
Yeah.
Is that you? Oh, because you had all the neighborhoods that are listed here, which we'll talk about in a minute. That's sort of like the bad news on your location service pages. Okay. So why is that not showing up? Well, it's not showing up. It's not tying as part of the scan. Your website from a superficial standpoint does okay. It loads quickly, which is important. Just these are basic things. I don't consider this part of SEO.
Right.
I mean, you need to build a website that is indexed properly and has tags and all these things. You have your remarketing tag. No, what? You don't? I thought I looked at this earlier. Where are these pixels coming from? Are you doing remarketing? Do you get any reporting on your remarketing on Facebook? You know how remarketing works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I am right now, but.
And you're missing your Google remarketing. So remarketing is just obvious. When people come to the site, you're going to follow them around all over the internet. There's no reason not to. And that's why you want to fire all the pixels. So that's an easy win.
Yeah.
You're not doing e-commerce. We can't find evidence of ads, but maybe you are.
I mean, I have done a lot of ads. I think I just shut them off.
Yeah.
Every once I just get frustrated with Facebook ads.
Yeah. Well, there's a way to do Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Mr. Zane here knows, and Marco knows, because they do it for concrete coating companies all day long. They just run the
All
same
right.
templates.
Yeah.
Okay. All thinking templates. There's no magic. It's just templates. So your local rankings look great. And when people are in, and this is maps, right? This is the local 3-pack and mobile and desktop with maps.
Yeah.
That's great. That's only 25% of local search.
Okay.
The rest of it is based on articles and other things that show up when people Google, right? Images, video, YouTube, of course, is part of Google. So you have a fair amount of trust that comes from these referring pages, which is not bad. 600 plus. The funny thing is that, like, I see that there are some directory listings that are being done. Like whenever I see Localese, which is owned by Newstar now, all these directories get bought by one another and they exchange information. You're listed in some of these, but it's not flowing. I mean, I guess there's some citations that are occurring here. And it's funny that your number one thing is a link from the church.
So you know what? This JR, he's a guy that does some stuff for me. And he was telling me that he bought this website from a church that had closed, and he goes, "That's your best like SEO."
It is, because the signal is Sioux Falls. It only has a domain rating of 4, so it's not powerful, but it is your number one link because of the signal of Sioux Falls. You got to be careful, because if you change that, like when you buy an expired domain or buy it from someone else, you don't want to change the hosting. You don't want to change any of it, because then Google will know that someone's buying it and being against it. So just and he probably knows. Like whenever you buy it, never change it. Just leave it. Just like,
yeah, I mean, I didn't do it, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and this one is the only one that seems to drive traffic directly.
So what do you do to get better backlinks then?
It's very simple. You never buy them, ever. I don't care how these people, but I have a PBN and Google doesn't know about it, and we do triangular linking and we run it through a link laundering layer. Like, dude, I busted you guys 25 years ago when I was at Yahoo, and thinking you could trick me on that. No, what you do is you write guest blog posts. You get covered in the media. You just Google Dennis Yu net worth. People keep Googling that one, and you'll see there's all these things that pop up. And if you look at the top articles that come in, they're going to be ones that are industry related. So who are the other concrete code? Like, I'd interview Greg, because you guys aren't competitors, because you're not in the same market. So think of we have a double Greg. I don't know which Greg I'm talking to. So BB. So the
double Greg. Yeah.
Think Greg Muller.
Yeah.
Muller. Okay. So think of a big tic-tac-toe grid, and across the top, we have every single type of service. There's a real estate, car mechanic, garage door, flooring, chiropractor, right? Across the top, all the different headings in the yellow pages, right? And down the bottom, the rows, we have all the different cities. So Bradenton, Sioux Falls, Beverly Hills, all these different places. And if we look at concrete coatings and Sioux Falls, that draws an X, right? So anything that is in that cross is high relevancy, because it's either related to Sioux Falls or it's related to concrete coatings, right? The only thing you cannot take or would want to take is another concrete coating company in Sioux Falls, right? But anything related to Sioux Falls, the bakery, the church, the real estate agent, like whatever, that's local signal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or anything related to concrete coatings where you're talking to other industry people and you're talking about, why this thing is 4 times stronger than epoxy, or like, I don't know anything about concrete floors. Okay. Or here's different ways, 10 really cool examples of garage floors, whatever. That could be examples that you pulled from all your other friends. You're linking to them, they're linking to you, right? It has to have relevancy of either the location or the topic, right? Okay. So the only way to do that is you need to build relationships. So an SEO company or an agency could do that by creating a group within their clients where there's like a content exchange. I don't want to say exchange, because exchange is kind of a bad word, but it's like guest blogging. We'll just call it that, right? You never want to say the word link or exchange or private with Google. If they catch any one of those three, you're basically spamming, because I put those rules in place a long time ago to catch people spamming. But the SEO that's being done is not, there's no SEO being done basically, because what you would do is like, you would take your knowledge and put it into a series of 1-minute videos. We could publish it on any of our sites that link to you. Like our ebook site I was showing at the conference is a DR74. It's more powerful than anybody's website in this industry. 4.5 million backlinks.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is wrong. It says 200,000 visits a month, but we actually have 1 million visits a month on our ebook site. So for example, one thing we would do for SEO is you would not write, but we would interview you on Zoom for 3 hours on some kind of topic, right? You choose a topic. Like, what topic would you want to have a book on?
For 3 hours?
I mean, whatever. It's just like 4 45-minute sessions, basically.
Okay. I mean, obviously
we could do it in 1 hour, actually. For an ebook, we could do it. For a real book, you need 4 of them, but an ebook has to be at least 40 pages.
The best coding for a garage floor.
Book on the best coding.
The best
for my garage, for garage floors. Okay. For Greg, who runs his Zoom things in the way. Hang on.
I love ChatGPT.
A concrete, but you got to use it the right way. Coatings.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
My dad passed away in March of last year, and I wanted something special, so I had it write me a poem. And it's all legitimate stuff, so I don't feel like it was a bad thing. So I read it, and my mom has like printed it. She tells everybody, you got to read his poem, and she just it's become kind of a joke between my wife and I.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, it was perfectly. It just would have taken me hours and hours to come up with the way it was worded. I was just like, it's an awesome poem.
All right, so we could have your book done within about 45 minutes from now, if you want.
Really?
We could rest this time and write your book if you want. But so I'm sure one of these looks better than the other for you, right? What do you like? Maybe the first one. I think that looks nice. Oh,
yeah.
Too. I don't know. It's not bad. Right. Okay. And now, by the way, the thing, I'm the keynote speaker in 3 weeks at the National Funeral Directors Association, which is a conference in Las Vegas.
Really?
And the guy who runs it sent me this article just an hour or two ago. The AI. It was as if my father were actually texting me. Grief in the age of AI. So they're talking to the father and the AI, and you can imagine it's like bringing your pet bat or talking to your dad, or all these sort of ethical and issues that they're talking about this. And I don't know. It's like you can imagine there's a whole thing about that. And I'm supposed to talk about this, right? In 3 weeks, I have to say something clever that's to a bunch of funeral home directors.
Oh gosh.
Directors. Anyway.
That's a challenge.
Yeah. And we're talking about what they need to do with AI. So imagine the stereotypical like old white guy, and I'm supposed to explain the future of AI and what this means, and employ all the Zanes to basically do the technology. When the power outage happens, the VCR blinks 12 o'clock, and I don't know what to do. So I need, the young adult to come in and do it. Okay. So then I could take this and say, now with a book, for example, we'd want to have an acronym. So what's a word that you like, that you think is a good one? Any nice word, keyword.
Transform. I like that.
Transform. Okay. Now come up with, let's use transform. This is like your dad's poem thing as an acronym for this process here. Spell it out. So it's going to come up with what's the T, what's the R, what's the A for having the perfect garage door floor. You tell me. I'm not a garage, or whatever floor guy. What do you think about this?
Perfect. Nurturing. I'm not sure about nurturing, but.
And then we'll tell it to come up with another one,
Yeah, no, regular maintenance. Yeah.
Okay. And then I just tell it, you know what? I don't like nurturing. Give me something else. Neutralizing. Oh, okay. That's good. That's pretty good. Okay. So then what you would do is you would interview the Greg Beebes of the world. You've got a lot of friends, and just ask them, interview each of them for 10 minutes about each of these 7 topics. Is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, however many is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's like 9. There's 9.
That's a long word. Maybe I need a shorter word.
Okay. No, I mean, it's good. I would quite shoot. Fine. We could redo it with another word. I don't care. But let's just say, hey, Greg Muller here, and I wanted to, enter today on the Transform show. We're going to interview Greg Beebe about the testing phase and having a great. So, Greg, what do you think about blah blah? Well, blah 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 blah. So you just interview each of these people, and now you've got signal authority from these other 9 people. It's 9 letters, right? 9 people. And then it's once you put the book out there, because you run it through our AI tools to like descript and whatnot, and then run the transcription through to make it nice, because then you can paste the text in here and what ChatGPT can do. And now all these guys are co-authors. And of course they're going to want to promote it, because who doesn't want to have a little ego? And it'd also be a guest blog post on their site linking to you, because they're part of the book, and of course they want to be featured. And of course that links to the book, where we have a main page on your website about the book. That can all be done in a day. And then Fiverr handles all the graphics, and you understand how that works, right?
Oh yeah. I use Fiverr.
Well, that's what you do for SEO.
Okay.
That's the most legit.
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Signal authority. You want to incorporate pictures and images of Sioux Falls. So in order for it not to be just pure auto-generated text, you want to have pictures of your crew doing stuff in Sioux Falls. So when I'm in Sioux Falls, it's going to show like, hear me speaking on stage in front of all these people. Oh, look, this is Sioux Falls.
Hey guys, awesome. I'm here with Adam Fold. Isn't that awesome? For sure, you betcha. Oh, betcha. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Did you have? Oh, I did not. It was a good cool sandwich, ham and some turkey. So, do you get free shoes working with Alan Evans? Well, tell me, what's it like? What's your favorite? Funny. You're funny. What's that? What's been the favorite?
So, there's 1,100 people. I'm doing a keynote.
Wow.
I'm showing how to interview people on the fly and capture little 1-minute videos. Anyway, I don't know. Cool. I was showing you that because you want to have your crews, as they're doing stuff related to, concrete floors. Do I have pictures of concrete floors? I'm sure I do. But I'm asking Google, all right, show me concrete floors. Show me, churches. Show me all this stuff, right? So I'm letting Google do the work for me, and then I'm injecting this with. So
you want your own pictures.
Why do you think that?
Well, aren't they tagged to you?
If you use stock art, so if I look at this image and I find that this image is being used in all these other places, now imagine I'm Google. What am I going to think about that? Is that your picture? Is that actually yours? No, it's not. It's used all over the place. Look at all the other places this is being used. Well,
I have plenty of pictures that I could replace it with. But
oh, look, it's concrete coatings in Denver too. It's a DB concrete coat. It's at Floor Tech. So let me I know I'm asking it rhetorically, but what do you think Google thinks when it sees the same content everywhere?
No good.
Why?
Got to be original.
Why?
It has to be yours, because then it's not a unique experience and not your stuff, and it's.
But why should Google care about that? I mean, what's wrong? This is a great picture. Why wouldn't all these other people? What's wrong with all these other people using the same picture?
Well, it doesn't make it unique to your service. It's somebody else does. So what's different about you? Or
yeah, I could start up another one. I could build a website called Best Concrete Floors in Sioux Falls and start doing all this auto-generated stuff, use ChatGPT, and now I'm a competitor to you, right?
Yeah.
So, but Google's not going to, I mean, it might show me just because there's not a lot of competition, because I could do all of my SEO and whatever and try to beat you. Even if I don't have a crew, I have no experience, I don't have any customers, I don't have a crew, I don't know anything about concrete floors, but I could compete against you. Because I could have the AI write all this stuff, and VAs doing all the things that the VAs do, right?
Yeah.
But Google doesn't. Google wants to reward the people who are real, who actually do this thing. So when you have your pictures and you're sending the signals of this is what you do and this is how long you've done it, and this is Mike who runs one of the crews and he's been doing it for like when you just show those signals, that's important. Yeah. That's important search engine to see. Yeah. Okay. So I've given you all the good news so far.
Oh, we're still on the good news. Good.
Well, you wanted the half full, so I'm giving you.
Yeah.
I'm fluffing it up. So if I was the agency, if I was the account manager and I had the expertise to be able to do this, then I would just focus on these things, and you would not know any better. You'd be like, oh, it's great, right? Okay. Well, you don't rank on many keywords. Now you rank on your name, but these ones, they're relatively new. They just popped up last few days. So someone must have all of a sudden maybe started to do something in a flurry. I wonder why. And you're not showing up in positions that count. So if you're not in the top 10, it doesn't even matter, right? Mm-hmm. Now you do
Is there
have,
enough volume in those searches or?
sure, 50 for epoxy basketball. What is it? If you do a basketball court, how much is that job worth?
Yeah.
This is 50 of them per month that you could get.
So what am I, 3?
50.
Oh, 50, really?
Or sorry, no, he's 25. Here, position. This is the one you are. And all these are
position,
double
okay.
digit. These are all like double digit positions. They don't count. You know where to hide
I
it.
really don't want to do basketball courts. They're a pain in the ass. So.
Okay, I mean, whatever. You have all these ones. Concrete. There's 20 people a month that are searching concrete servicing Lincoln County. You probably want those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're getting.
If it's Lincoln County, there's a lot of Lincoln County. So.
But we know that Google's smart enough to know.
Okay, they'll know. Okay.
Assume Google, because it's actually tying to here Lincoln County.
Do you think someone that is maybe new is trying to get Lincoln County that search term?
Maybe, but it's not driving you any traffic. There's no traffic coming to this. These are all zeros all the way down. You have so few keywords. I would expect with the, DR26, 28, with the 28 in a low competition market, this should be like 3,000, 4,000 maybe keywords, and most of them at position 1. So anything like concrete or epoxy, position 1. Now you are ranking in the map results, but you're not ranking generally in Google, and that's where 75% of the traffic is. Yes, you're ranking in the map results, right? But the reason why is that your location services pages suck. This is an easy fix, super easy to fix. So you don't have these location service pages up here in the top nav. You have a bunch of fake content. So if we look at anyone, let's just look at Lincoln County, which is your number 1 location service page. This is the best one that you have, even though you're in a lot of other little cities and suburbs. This is auto-generated kind of weak content. And this is, Google sees right through this. Best South Dakota floor service. We're the best concrete contractors in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
That sounds familiar, like some of the other companies that I've seen actually do that.
So I would just look at the other service legend clients and see, like, it's just a template you have here. This is like, have you looked at the your friends? They have the same template. It's literally a template. Like, and there's nothing wrong with using templates, but you need to put real things in the template. You can't just VA, ChatGPT your way. That's not, and ChatGPT can do a better job than this. This is just a pure template. There's nothing here. There's no signal here for Google. So there's nothing wrong with the page, but look at these, 0, 0, 0, 0 page authority. So why is there 0 page authority? Because there's no links coming in. There's 0 referring links into this page and from 0 domains. So you're not even leveraging the DR28 to flow down to this page. And if you wanted to talk about Lincoln County, I would put pictures and videos, and here's my favorite restaurant in Lincoln County. And here's, I'd guess blog posts for, real estate agents or other folks who are like desperate to try to drive business. And I'd feature them like, hey, I'm with so-and-so who's a real estate agent in Lincoln County. I post this 1-minute video, put it on Facebook. I do all the things that we teach as part of the Content Factory, what we taught in Vegas, so that this page is more authoritative in the eyes of Google versus 0, 0, 0, 0. This is the basic SEO website content marketing. Like, this is what the agency should be doing. They're not. So that's why you have no local authority. You're not getting any local.
How often do you find that someone does have this local authority?
Well, if they usually they're of a business that's under $10 million, there's a founder who really believes in their business and really believes in their customers. And because of their being accidentally involved in, like, donating to the church or charities or being involved in the community, that naturally will just create location authority, just accidentally, right? You don't need an agency to do that.
Yeah.
If you have a young adult, maybe, if you have a daughter, if you have like someone at the high school who can learn how to go through our program, they can do all this stuff for you. And that's what we teach as part of Own Your Own Marketing. Because unless you're in Sioux Falls, how likely are you going to be able to build relationships in Sioux Falls?
Right.
On the agency, because they have lots of other websites for concrete coating companies, they can facilitate a legitimate link exchange, but that's not happening because there's no links from reputable sources in concrete coatings. Like for me in digital marketing, social media, building websites or whatever, the top conferences, the top organizations, the top whatever, all feature content from me. So that's how I'm authoritative in digital marketing. Because Digital Marketer, Social Media Examiner, all these other, New York Times, CNN, all these other places are talking about me as an authority in digital marketing. You have no authority in concrete coatings or in Sioux Falls because you don't have any, you have citations, which you can pay a listing service to do that one time, but there's no work being done to generate more. You need content on your site and all that, but you need the links. When you have the content, that's what generates the links. Like interviewing these other people for 10 minutes and putting a book out there, that's content, yes.
Yeah.
But if that content isn't placed on high authority sites that link to you, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So yes, content's 20% of the game. Links is 80% of the game. There's no links happening. It's hard to do. Agencies can't do that. Imagine you got 149 clients. There's no way you can do this for 149 clients.
Yeah. So you're basically
dentists that can do this. You can't do
that. Okay. Well, no, I see that. I left some months ago, but after seeing kind of through it, it's like, this isn't doing anything. I mean, I did. Yeah. Poor Greg. I think he's still debating getting I said, just cut the cord. What are you worried about?
He's such a nice guy.
Oh, I'm still getting leads.
but he's about to spin up a second crew, and you can't have those guys just standing around doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of money. He's been with Ryan since the Davis construction marketing days and been paying him.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I asked Greg, which I think brought him to almost tears. I said, how much money have you paid those guys if you add it up? It's 6 figures. For a small
I was gonna say it's probably $100,000.
Yeah. It's like for a small biz that only does a couple million, you can't do that's 4% of their revenue. You can't do that.
Yeah. After about 2 months of it, I'm like, where's this? What are you doing with this money? You're not doing anything.
Oh yeah, he is. He's buying Porsches and going to strip clubs.
Yeah. The one good thing I will say that was a good positive thing about Ryan is, it connected me with you, but it also, the people that I met and the events and stuff, like that was a positive thing. And, I think he has a heart for bringing that business up. So that I do like. So, I will, there is, and I've been in my business for years and years, and you go through different stages where you spend I shouldn't have done that, but it got me to this next level to learn this, to learn that. It's, you never start out of the box like, oh, this is perfect, we got it down.
Never. Yeah. Well, everything happens for a reason as you level up. You basically paid for your MBA in marketing or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't ever look back, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was in Amway for a while. Who cares? I met cool people. I learned some things.
Yeah. Oh, I like your attitude.
Didn't make any money, but it was fun. But so tell me about are you working with Marco on stuff?
I advise Marco. I advise Zane and thousands of other young positive agencies, and I just want to see him win.
Yeah. So you're not really offering any services.
Well, I'm an advocate for Marco's service.
Yeah.
His service is own your own marketing. So in 90 days, bring the thing in-house to coaching, and then people like Marco will tune your ads.
That's okay. Because I got a call. We're supposed to be on a call here too at some point, but
I'll simplify his whole call for him in 2 sentences.
Okay.
$5,000 over 90 days, implementation.
Yeah.
And coaching. So you need to understand how to look at your stats. You need to understand SEO, all this kind of stuff. The things need to be built out properly. Once things are built out properly, then either a VA can handle it. So you hire a VA, $500 a month from the Philippines or whatnot, or whatever, pay more in the US, or, Marco's team can manage it also for $5 a month. But we believe that the idea of paying $5,000 a month ongoing is ridiculous. What if I said, Greg, come over and do my floor, and you said, okay, Dennis, that will be $2,000 a month.
Yeah, because I have to come and look at it and make sure that it doesn't need anything else.
But let's say you get it all done in one day, and it's great, and then you keep billing me $2,000 a month after the work was done. Why would not? You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So why would a digital agency charge you $5,000 a month?
Yeah. That's what I said. What are you doing?
Charge you, like, how much is it? Like, give me a quote. This is what I'm going to do. This is the materials. This is the labor, and it's going to be $12,000. Okay.
I never got that with website hosting either. Why are you paying a monthly fee?
You want to know why? It's hidden financing. It's a way to hide. What we're really doing is we're charging you $100,000 to set up your ad account and your website and all. And then you're just financing it over 20 months.
Yeah, right.
Any work happening after the first weeks? No. But and then the small, I feel bad because like people like me, I'm a mechanic. So you can't fool me. I'm going to look under the hood. You cannot lie to me. But grandma goes to the car dealership or whatever, the used car place, and the mechanic's like, yeah, you're low on blinker fluid. We need to replace the blinker fluid. She didn't know any better. Oh, we got to replace the transmission too.
Yeah.
We need to replace this other stuff. They're like, okay. I feel like that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Because somebody wants their commission,
How many clients do you think he has right now?
I don't know how many have left, but I know he's lost at least 20 in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
And he was, the last time we saw the numbers was mid-July. So a month ago, it was at 149. Ryan said in a Facebook post a week ago, no, 2 weeks ago, August 5th. So it's 5 days into the month that he already got 10 new clients. So the way he's overcoming churn, his solution to overcoming churn is just try to get in as many new clients as possible instead of addressing the operational issue. So the operations, as far as we can tell, is falling apart because they've lost all their people. And there's no one there to run marketing. Websites are getting hacked. No one knows how to manage any of this stuff. So Ryan's a great sales guy, but he doesn't know operations or marketing. So things are falling apart. Clients are talking. So his solution is, as a sales guy, is to sell more. So if you got a sieve, imagine, Greg, you got a sieve and it's leaking. The solution's to pour more water at the top.
Right. Yeah. Keep filling up. No,
I would say, I told him the last couple of months after he cut Marco out, because Marco's an owner. You can't just fire an owner. An owner has equity. It's a legal agreement. I said, Ryan, you made a mistake by firing your marketing guy with no plan in place. Like if you had another marketing person, if you had a director of operations, you already lost your operations director. What, Zane, like 4 months ago? Renee or whoever it was?
No,
There's
Renee
no
left.
operations.
Renee
There's
left 18 months ago, and then they put Marco into a leadership position that he probably shouldn't have been in because he was ill-experienced for it. Basically set him up for failure, and then churned through him, brought another guy in, and then that was amicable.
I know Marco has asked multiple times, hey, we need to get some actual operations people. Hey, we need to actually hire an operations director, like people who do websites, who do SEO, and so Ryan's been selling SEO. He said, let's just sell SEO. We don't have any, we can hire SEO people later, but let's just sell the packages now because that's what people want to buy. And they don't know any better. So just sell it to them.
Oh.
So Marco said, no, we need to, a good operations manager is about 60 grand. Let's hire 2 or 3 of them. And every time Ryan said no.
Yeah.
You don't even need to hire someone like me. You can't even hire me. But someone like me will advise, right?
Zane, I met you in Detroit.
Yeah, in Vegas as well. I was holding
Vegas. Yeah. I recognize you now. Yeah, I didn't. Now that you zoom in, I see it. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we moved over to digital marketing.
So Zane's is that right? You got a competitor now to Service Legend?
Yeah, so primarily right now we just do Facebook ads for clients, but Dennis has been advising me on SEO, so we're getting trained up on that as well.
Yeah.
But Marco's pitch is $5,000 where it will all get done, implemented. People like him and other folks, even I'll come in. You can't.
So all the stuff we went over.
Yes, but there's parts that you have to do.
No, I understand. Yeah.
But the whole point is 90 days, own your own market. He'll walk you through how the whole process works, but I think it's very fair at $5,000.
Yeah.
You have me.
But I have to do, I mean, you're saying that if I don't want to do it, I need to find someone else that would maybe want to have that training.
Ideally, I mean, this is for, I don't know how big you are, but companies that are like 5 million.
6'3".
6? Oh, that kind of
6
like 300.
No, I'm not that big. I have like 5 guys, but we do about 1 million, a little over.
So you're not quite at the point of having an in-house marketing team.
No, I have 1 salesman and like 4 or 5 guys. So.
Yeah. So this Marco's program is actually perfect. So people around the $1 million mark. Because
I don't really need to, I'm fine with the way it's, some people I want to go more and get more crews and more. I want 7 crews. I'm good with 1.5, 2 crews. That's a good spot to be at.
Good. Well, then I think that, we have to look more at the data and all that, but I think just getting the basics in place, making sure the SEO, making sure the Facebook ads are working, making sure the analytics are in place, making sure people are answering the phone, just the basic marketing fundamentals, get that done in 90 days. Then after that, it's just, if everything's built the right way, there's no need for all this constant tuning, right? If you went to a heart surgeon, you wouldn't want to go back every month for another heart surgery. Right. That means you didn't know what
But Google does change things. So I guess you got to keep on top of it.
People have been saying that for years. Google changes things every day. But if Remember, you're only competing against other concrete coating companies in Sioux Falls. How sophisticated are they?
Hey, will you look up Select Coatings?
Yeah.
They are a newer competitor and they've been hitting it pretty hard.
This
They
one?
also own a painting company as well. And they moved over to
There are a lot of
Florida.
select coatings, but let's say it's this one.
Select Coatings, Sioux Falls.
Yeah. Well, they're doing pretty well in the Google game here, the local game. But they don't even have, look, their GMB is not even optimized. They don't even have any Q&A. You got to add in all the pictures and the services. And
So we can beat them?
yeah, we can beat them. Their Facebook looks good. Instagram.
They do a lot of Facebook
They've
ads.
claimed all the other ones. Of course, Glassdoor is going to be. Oh, that's Select Painting.
Yeah, they own Select Painting and Select
Isn't that
Coatings.
funny? Look at this. They have a DR3. Remember, you're 28. So you know that it's on a log scale. So every 10 points is 10 times higher, right?
I've had my website for 20 years.
Yeah. So you have like having an aged website. It's like, aged wine. It's an advantage. So they have a 3. They have like no power at all. And they have way more keywords than you do. Not that 100's a lot, right?
Right.
So let's see. Are they beating you? 200 keywords. Concrete coating, South Dakota. They're number 2. On a keyword difficulty of 0. Concrete painting, South Dakota. 0 is the keyword difficulty. They're ranking on it just because there's no competition for it. These are all keywords. Look at the keyword difficulty. This green. These are all easy. Okay.
This is your screen.
Oh, shoot. I'm not sharing my screen. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Where's the share? Sorry. Yeah. Here. Look, sorry. All these green ones here. Keyword difficulty 0. Concrete coating, South Dakota. That's probably a good term. 20 people a month are searching.
Oh, gee.
They're getting that traffic. Concrete painting, Kansas. They're in other places, I guess.
Yeah, they did. They opened in Kansas City.
Epoxy floor, South Dakota. Slightly more difficult at 4, but anything that's a green is easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Garage floor.
Yeah, and I'm okay to expand to South Dakota because we travel to do projects. So
yeah. So these guys are, they have almost no SEO and they rank on 200 keywords and you rank on 60.
wow. Okay.
And you don't hire an SEO agency to do it. You do what I just told you. You create content that then gets linked to from other places that either have location authority or topical authority. Really straightforward. You can't argue this. You can't buy links. People that like to talk about all the tricks that they have. I'm like,
Go on Fiverr and buy backlinks.
do that for your competitors so you can hammer them. That's called Google. Yeah. Buy porn links, all that kind of stuff. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. So would you, if you did a search in my area, who would you say would be the number 1 competitor? Can you talk just like garage floors,
Or, okay. Let's go to Sioux Falls. Of course, I could change my location to Sioux Falls, but this is going to be close enough. And
Zane, where are you living now?
I'm in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, your locations are, like we said, your local searches are good, but outside of local, you don't exist really.
Yeah.
Dennis, that's due to just an optimized GMB and just sheer time, correct?
Yeah. Who is superior? These people they're not even a DR1. They're a DR.4. And they rank twice as many keywords as you. No, there's no competition here.
Okay.
The maps, of course, but outside of that, custom epoxy floors, 14. Okay. So the other thing that we teach, I don't want to go into the whole course, but basically, Greg, you or people on your crew need to start answering all these PAAs. And this is what I showed in Las Vegas. Just make a 1-minute video answering each of these different things.
Okay.
Right. So just like you can see here, do you see what I'm saying here where it says people also ask, right?
Yep.
So when you search on this one thing, people say, oh, Google say people also search for this. So
Yeah.
you just answer all, I mean, I'm sure you've answered these questions like a zillion times, right? So just do that. And those become blog posts and they all link together and they enhance your location service pages.
Okay.
Don't exist. Your location service pages are garbage. So you're not even set up to rank locally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yep. Well, you get some value?
Yes, that was awesome. Thanks, Dennis. Very, very tons of value. Appreciate it.
Imagine what you get if you actually pay.
I mean, and I'm not afraid to pay. I just like the problem with marketing is it's just this, you're after this thing and you don't know, there's so many directions to go. And like I've been with 2 different agencies and I've been with like different things. So it's just like,
Marketing's not cheap. Google doesn't change all like the stuff that I'm teaching, Greg. I've been teaching for years. And in 5 or 10 years from now, I'm going to still be teaching the same
But
thing.
where else can you find it? Where else out there, if a person has a business, where can you get like legitimate, good guidance?
From people like me that actually do it. But the trouble is that the space is flooded by sales bros that are in because they see that it's easy money to take money from these home service businesses. And I get it. I know a lot of people that make a lot of money and they live very well and good for them. But I'm old fashioned. And I believe, just like BB, that you have to deliver the service.
Yeah.
Even though
So
you
one
have
other question.
customer.
Oh, go ahead.
You got an ignorant customer that you can promise the moon to, and they don't know any better.
So if I decide to get a little more serious about Bradenton, like another location, Bradenton, Florida.
Yeah.
How would that work? The same thing, I guess. But you just
Same thing. That'd be
I guess I'd already know it. I could do it there.
Yep. It's not magic. It's the same thing in every city. Well, unless it's like New York or Chicago or someplace like that. But yeah, Bradenton, I can't imagine that's anymore. That's not hugely competitive.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, guys. Well, anything else?
This time's for you. So you tell us.
Okay. Would you want to look quick at Bradenton?
Sure. You see my screen still?
No.
Okay. Where's the...
So you like living or hanging out in Vegas?
I do the oxygen baths, which is a crazy sort of thing. And that's part of the reason I got a place out here. And I also go to the trampoline park. Fun kids. Yeah.
Trampoline park. They got those everywhere.
Yeah, they do. But this one has a full court basketball.
Oh,
The whole floor is a trampoline. So I can hit my head on the rim. That's how bouncy the rim is. Floor is just with the trampoline park, it's a completely different game.
You're like me, you're a big kid. Look up, you ever seen an e-foil before?
No, what's that?
Look up lift e-foil.
LYFT?
L-I-F-T and E-F-O-I-L.
Okay.
So this is my new deal.
Oh, these in the water. Yeah. That's awesome.
So you kind of come down to Florida sometime. I have a couple of them. We'll go riding.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. My buddy Mark has one of these. Yeah. Okay.
It's so much fun. You're gliding, you're flying on water.
Like getting on the dock and then jumping on the thing and like pumping.
No, not those. Those are the ones that don't have motors. Those are
just got a little motor on it too.
This is literally like, it's got a full battery. You can ride for a couple hours. Look at the video ones.
So I don't have to do anything.
No, you have to balance, but.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's motorized. Okay. Right. All right.
Yeah. So it's got a battery in it anyway, handheld remote, but.
Yeah, I'd love to.
That's my toy that I like lately, but
that sounds like fun.
I've got lots of different things.
So this Decocrete is, okay, this is where you should be in Sioux Falls. You see here, he's a DR25 and he's got 2,300 keywords, right? Oh. You're 28, so you're about 30% more powerful than the 25. So yeah, you should be 3,000 keywords. Paradise, got nothing going on. Mystery Epoxy has nothing going on. 0.2, but he still ranks on 350 keywords. This guy, 3, he's got 800 keywords. Then this Mr. Epoxy guy's here. Okay. Titan Garage. So it's slightly different in the map results, but there's overlap. Usually whoever wins in the map results is probably winning overall here. So Paradise is number 2, but this Decocrete, maybe their meta description says Bradenton, and these ones say Bradenton, and they're using the keywords. So, okay. These guys are not even using the location. Oh, they have it in the title, I guess. Epoxy and Paint, LLC, Mr. Epoxy. Okay. These guys rank on more keywords with very little power, but that's because they've optimized this one pretty decently from what they have. They have no links coming in, but their site seems like it's.
So does your business name have a lot to do with SEO?
Yes and no. It used to be back in the Yellow Page days, you just name yourself A1, whatever, and be at the very top.
I used to be AAA painting.
If you named yourself, Bradenton Garage, that would work well because it's an exact match domain. But it's not.
I have the domain Bradenton Epoxy Flooring. I actually have a website.
Okay.
Look up Bradenton Epoxy Flooring. I believe that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What's up with this new site? So it's a new site-ish.
Yeah.
You made 4 changes to the site and you put it up in whatever, like April of last year, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. May, you put it up in May-ish, maybe a little bit before when it got indexed. Okay. So you've made a few.
I mean,
little-
I get a few calls on it, nothing crazy, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's stuff we can do.
yeah. So to get that up in a higher market, like, on the map pack and stuff, is that something doable?
Yeah. It's not competitive. So then we just optimize location service pages for each of these. So concrete polishing, let's just say, oh, well, that's great. That's nav not working. You got to look at your Google Search Console. It's going to point out all these things that are busted.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's see. Things in the way. Zoom box. All right. You actually had more keywords and then you lost them and then you came back. So something happened here. You have 24 pages that don't work.
Wow.
Doesn't matter. You have no traffic to the site anyway. Oh, you moved up from 1 to 4 plus 3. You have a couple links, which is basically 0. This should be in the hundreds. And you rank on a couple dozen keywords with a surprising number of SERP features. Wow. You got images in here, epoxy floors, Sarasota. These are all keyword difficulty, very low. You're not getting any traffic on it because your position's too low. You're in position 40 on these ones. So at least you're indexing. So Google sees you, but Google's not putting you up in the top few positions, except for Bradenton epoxy, where you're getting 14 clicks out of 150 people that search for this every day.
Okay.
Buy it for $2 a click. I'd run ads against this. $2 a click.
All
Why
right.
not? Flooring Bradenton, which is too broad. Epoxy flooring business cards. Interesting. But like this, epoxy flooring Sarasota, well, no, that's close enough. But you want to pay $8.60 a click. It's 40 of them every month.
I mean, that's pretty cheap. When you're talking
It's worth it. And if you turn that into a call, so if it's $8 a click, it's probably $27 a call. And
I mean, I put that in there before I put any money in Facebook.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Google's obviously high intent. So as long as your salesperson, the number one thing, your salesperson has to answer the phone right away. Right away. By then, someone's already called 3 other people and you've lost it. So
No, I have. I've answered that call because I've got a special thing. It shows me that number. And I booked, I mean, the percentage of jobs I booked is like 70%. It's insane.
You're not showing up. So it's very simple what the issue is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Well,
all right, guys. Really appreciate you.
awesome, Greg. Thank you, Zane.